Hey, good morning, students. In today's video, we are going to study about errors, and I know that you are quite familiar with this topic in the 11th standard only. So this is quite easy. Let's have a brief look on the last lecture. In the last lecture, we have studied signal to noise ratio and its formula in terms of powers and in terms of decibels. And along with that, we have also studied the error analysis or signal analysis, and that signal analysis is done in two different ways, in time domain and frequency domain. And now we can easily figure out that the signal analysis in frequency domain is more easier than time domain. So let's now move on the next topic, that is errors, and let's make the definition of error first. So what is error? Error is a difference between measured value or a true value or a standard value. So all these are alternative names: measured value, actual value and experimental value, all are same, and standard value, true value and observed value, those are all same. So we can say error is a difference between measured value and standard value, or error is a difference between experimental value and observed value, or error is a difference between actual value and true value, right? So, and basically there are different kinds of errors. So three kind of errors are there. So first one is called as experimental error or a personal error, or it is also called as a gross error. Next type of error is a systematic error, and the third type of error is a random error, right? And along with that there are three more types: absolute error, relative error and percentage error. But those are subtypes of these errors. So main types of errors are these three. So let's move for the first one and try to understand what is experimental error is, or what is a personal error, right? So this kind of a personal error are added due to particular person's mistake or human mistake, and these mistakes made generally during the recording of the data or reading the instrument value before it reaches to the steady state. So let us take an example of particular, suppose you are reading a temperature of a particular liquid, and temperature is rising. It has not achieved its steady state, and still you are noting down its reading. So it means that it may happen that you can note down the wrong reading, as the temperature has not yet achieved the steady state, right? So the similar kind of example is given over here, that is a parallax error. What is this parallax error? Parallax error is an error if an observer is taking a reading from a glass tube in which the liquid is power, and observer may read a reading at its upper meniscus or lower meniscus, right? And this gives a wrong reading. This is because of not the person has not taken care while taking the reading. So this kind of errors are called as a personal error or experimental error. Why? Because the person is making the mistakes while noting down the readings while doing the experiment. So this experimental error and person errors are one and the same. One more example we can consider here. If an operator is recording a pressure gauge readings 1.05 not 1 Newton per meter square, but writing mistakenly 1.10 Newton per meter square. So this happens usually by person, by human being. You are reading the reading actually 1.01 Newton per meter square, but as you are not concentrated, because of that, the while writing you are writing the same reading as 1.10 instead of 1.01. So these are called as a personal errors, and this kind of errors can be reduced by taking carefully reading and recording the data. The only way to reduce this kind of error is to take care while noting down the reading and recording the data. So let's move on the next kind of error. It is called as a systematic error, and these kind of systematic errors are generally occurs due to fault in measuring instrument or measuring device or measuring equipment, right? It has its subtypes. So types of systematic errors are zero error, and zero errors are of again two type: positive zero error and negative zero error. And I think I need not to explain much more about positive zero error and negative zero error, because we have been using this micrometer screw gauge since from 11th and 12th, and we have studied what is meant by positive zero error and negative zero error. So zero error is one of the type of systematic error, and these zero errors are generally added or occurs because of the fault of instrument, right? And the second type of systematic error is instrumental error. This instrumental error occurs due to a wrong construction in the measuring instrument itself, and the misuse of instrument and loading effect. So because of this instrumental error occurs. The third subtype of a systematic error is environmental error, and this environmental error occurs due to change in external conditions of instruments like pressure, temperature, humidity, electric field and magnetic field, etc. And those are not in person's hand, and these occurs because of the environment, change in the environment, right? These are called as a systematic error. One more subtype of a systematic error is observational error, and this observational, the name itself indicates that those errors. So this observational error occurs due to wrong observations or reading noted by an observer from the instrument, right? So these are the four different subtypes of the systematic error, and this observational error is quite similar to the personal error also. So let's move on the next type of error, that is called as a random error. These random errors are caused by sudden change in experimental conditions like noise and tiredness in the working person. If the person is very tired while doing the experiment or while noting down the readings, right, then it may happen that he may note down the wrong readings, right? So that happens because of the randomness of the person, right? For example, an unexpected change in temperature or fluctuations in the voltage, right? So these kind of errors are called as a random error, and this type of errors can be reduced by taking an average of all readings or observations. So these random errors can be eliminated by increasing the number of observations. So that's why while performing the experiments, we are increasing the number of observations, and because of increased observations, the errors automatically dies out, right? So these are the three different type of error: experimental error, or personal error, or gross error. The second type of error is a systematic error, and third type of error is a random error. So this type of errors have, we have already studied in some earlier standards. So I hope you have understood this type of errors. And three more basic types of errors again. Those are absolute error, relative error, and percentage error. So what is meant by absolute error? So let's indicate this absolute error with letter delta A, so that we can use this notation in the next error formulas. So absolute error is equal to a mod of measured value minus actual value. This is called as the absolute error, and it is indicated with letter delta A. And let us take an example. 70.5 meter minus 70 meter will give you 0.5 meter. That's an absolute error. A relative error is equal to absolute error upon actual value. Absolute error upon actual value. And what is the absolute error calculated? It is equals to 0.5 meter. So let's continue with those observations only. So the relative error will give you delta A upon A. A is actual value. So this is equals to 0.5 upon 70, and this gives, because actual value is 70 here. No? So the actual value A is 70, and if you work out this calculation, then you get 0.007143. So this is a relative error. And next type of error is a percentage error. This percentage error is equals to relative error into 100. So this gives us delta A upon A, right, into 100. So delta A upon A is a relative error. So delta A upon A into 100, and if you do this, so delta A upon A is 0.007143 into 100. This will give you 0.7143. So this is a percentage error. So the only prime motto of introducing this kind of error, these are very basic, we have already studied in the 11th standard. The prime motto of introducing this kind of error here is, we must know what is absolute error, relative error, and percentage error formulas, right? And finally, here is a homework question for you, and this is, describe the various types of errors in brief. Once we end this module, you'll get some questions on it for assignment. So do prepare for this question. Describe the various type of errors in brief. And I think for time being we'll stop now here, and next time we'll go for sensors. Thank you. Hope you understood this errors